What's up, everybody? I'm Rob. This is Whiskey in the Six. Today I have for you the Tomatin 12-year-old. This is a Highland Scotch. It's actually, the distillery is located in the mountains of Scotland. It's about 315 feet above sea level. Let me just double check that. It says established in 1897. Tomatin is also one of the highest distilleries in Scotland at 315 meters, above sea level. Today was actually the first time I had a chance to try this. A group of us got together at my parents' house for a family get-together. There were several of us, so don't judge me based on the level of the bottle. Quite a few of us had a chance to try this today. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, couple facts about Tomatin. They produce a whole bunch of whiskey. Okay, they're one of the leading producers in the amount of whiskey they produce. Not all of their whiskey goes to their own product. Okay, the 80% of their whiskey is produced and used for various blends of whiskey. Okay, I'm not sure if that's blends of Scotch whiskey or what exactly. The research I did didn't really give specifics, but 80% of what they produce goes to blended whiskey. They've, over the last bunch of years, I think it's about maybe 30 years or so, have started producing their own single malts. Okay, I think it started actually in 1986. I could be wrong, but in 2003 they produced a 12-year-old to replace their 10-year-old bottling. Okay, and that bottle was actually bottled at 40%. They've changed that recently to 43%. I didn't get a chance to try the 40%. I'm glad they've changed it to 43%. This is about $57 at the LCBO, which in my opinion is an absolute steal. Okay, it is a 12-year-old whiskey, so it's, as far as single malts go, fairly young. It's the entry level for the most part. Some you'll find at 10 years old, some you'll even find at 8 years old, but it's pretty rare. You're usually, your standard is about 12 years old. But $57, you're looking at comparable pricing to the Glenlivets and the Glenfiddichs, which are huge companies that make tons of money, that can afford to charge lower prices, also because they bottle at 40%. Okay, so like I said, this is bottled at 43%. So good on Tomatin for bottling at 43%, because that says something about what they're interested in, and that's producing a high quality product. Okay, this is finished in sherry oak casks. I just want to double check if it says Oloroso. It doesn't say. It's Spanish sherry oak casks. That could be anywhere in Spain. Usually the popular one that most Scottish distilleries take from is Jerez, Spain, which is known for their Oloroso. But I could be wrong. Okay, it just says sherry. It doesn't really say where or what kind. Sorry if I keep looking at my notes here. I just want to make sure that I get all the things that I want to say about the bottle before I get to the actual review of it. Yeah, we're good. So, on the nose. Okay. You pick up quite a bit of oak on the nose. Now, from what I've gathered over the years, the colder the temperatures, the quicker the whiskey will age. Okay, so when you're talking high altitudes, you're talking colder temperatures, and usually that translates, or it seems like that translates to an older tasting Scotch, even though it's only 12 years old. It does taste a little bit older than it is, and it does smell a little bit older than it is, and perhaps that's because of the climate. Some of the other things you'll pick up, you pick up a bready, like a fresh bread type smell, type aroma. A nuttiness as well, like walnut. And there's some cinnamon, like cinnamon sticks, like not crushed cinnamon, but there is some cinnamon, like a faint smell of cinnamon. Okay. I do pick up subtle notes of maple in this. I'm familiar with maple syrup. I have it often with my breakfast. And that's probably why I'm picking that up. It doesn't say that anywhere on the bottle or on the box. On the box it says the aromas will finish with a hint of peatiness. I'm not exactly sure I'm picking up the peatiness. There is a very faint, earthy tone to the aroma. So maybe that's the peatiness coming through. I don't really smell a lot of peat, but it does say a hint of peat, so we'll give them that. Okay, on the palate. Okay, it's pretty sweet. The oak comes through. The fresh bread comes through again. Touch of honey. Maybe even a golden syrup. There's that walnut that's coming through from the nose on the palate. Quite a bit actually, you get that nutty flavor. And again, that maple that comes through on the palate, it's actually pretty impressive. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but very, very impressive Scotch for a 12-year-old that's from a company that's relatively unknown in North America anyway. I'm not sure how popular it is in the UK. It's not readily available in Canada or in Ontario specifically. I believe my brother picked this bottle up a few days ago, and I went to go look on the LCBO website to see if there was any more, and the location he picked it up from completely sold out, and there's very few in Ontario left. So when it hit the shelves, it seems that the people that are savvy and know their Scotch picked it up pretty quickly. Okay, one more taste. Pretty sweet. It's very tasty Scotch. On the finish, it does last. It's not overly long finish, but it's actually pretty good. It's pretty substantial for a 12-year-old. And you do get a bit of like a bittersweet chocolate note, dark chocolate probably. Okay, pretty good stuff. I'm gonna have to give this a A-. That's a very good mark. I would definitely buy this again for $57. This is a great go-to. You don't find very many Scotches, whiskeys in general, at around the $50 mark, $60 mark, that are this smooth, this tasty, this complex. So it's pretty good stuff. I'm not saying it's overly complex, but for a 12-year-old, it's pretty complex. So A-. If you like this video and you know anybody that likes whiskey, Scotch, or other spirits, share with them. I have an Instagram and Twitter account. Slowly trying to build this. In the days to come, I have Johnny Walker Swing that I'll be doing. I have Gooderham and Warts. This is a newer bottling. This is a Canadian whiskey. All right. I have the Ben Riach 12-year-old Sherry Wood. I have the Glengoyne 21-year-old. I have Canadian Club 30-year-old. I haven't decided when I'm going to open these 2 bottles here, but I will do a review on them eventually. And I have 2 bottles coming from the UK. One is the Glendronach 20-year-old, bottled in 1995. I'll explain the story of how I'm getting those 2 bottles when I do the review. And the other one is the Glendronach 21-year-old Parliament. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about those because they're not available in Canada, specifically in Ontario. All right, A-. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.